think he froze to death yesterday.
Quit walking like an old man.
At least I'm walking.
But how much longer?
What'd you think about the race at Atlanta?
Well, it was a cold day.
It was really cold.
And the 42 and the 43 finally had a decent day. Not exactly what they wanted, but
they had decent finishes anyway.
Decent finishes, and what the 43 done on the last lap is just unbelievable.
You go from 20th to 8th in the last lap. But looks like, watching it, looks like when he made his move, it looked like everybody they'd been running side by side. It looked like they just parted ways. He went right down the middle.
And he didn't have to let off, and maybe some of them did. But
they did.
I believe there was a pretty good car pushing him too. But and Noah, he finished 12th. That was pretty good. But he stayed there all day long.
He ran like 14th, or he
Right
ran in that group all day long. That's definitely the best race that Noah's had.
Yeah, both of them had.
Yeah.
But what, it looks like people when you go to the races now, you need to buy your tickets and just come in about with 10 laps to go, and you'll see everything that happens. But
yeah, when I see the first two segments, they just got in line and run, and started that way in the last segment. But then once they made their pit stops, everybody knew it was go for the glory.
Yeah.
And so they started racing each other.
So
it got pretty interesting there at last.
But it was so unreal, Richard, that the two big wrecks was caused by the leader of the pack. The 4-car wrecked, leading a bunch, and then I guess the 10-car blew the right rear tire, and he was leading the race. And most of the time that just don't happen, but we've seen a lot of weird stuff this year, hadn't we? And we'll probably see some more.
This racetrack, like Daytona and Talladega, it's wide open if you're up front, but if you're in the back, then you have to let off. And so it really makes it a little bit more interesting than Daytona and Talladega, because these guys here, if they go down the corner and let off a little bit, they get past. At Daytona and Talladega, the draft just keeps you there even if you're letting off.
Talladega, I don't know. They might be 3 abreast for a lot at Talladega, and
they can't. They wasn't room. Atlanta,
they ain't room down there, and you're running too fast, too. But
and the handling comes in a little bit more at Atlanta than it does at Talladega.
And of course, you still got to have the speed, and of course they Ford broke the Chevrolet monopoly this year, and but they had the fastest cars going in. All the Ford.
They ran to begin with. The first 5 or 6 was Ford, and then they got it broke up. I guess who ran second?
The 6 car.
Okay,
so
that
another
was Ford. Yeah.
But then there was a Toyota. Well, the 20 car hit the
if you watch
22 car and knocked him up.
If you watch the race, the 20 car changed the whole last part of the race because he got somebody out of shape, and then everybody got by him, and then 22 had to race back. But the 22 really was probably the best car.
He was, but it was unusual when they come up to lap the 12 and the 21 and the 3. They drove off and left the leaders.
Yeah, but there was just 3 or 4 of them.
3 of them, Where
the other deal was so long, the guys in the back is slowing the front guys down just because of the draft.
But we got to tip our hat to the 7 car, Richard.
Oh yeah,
he stayed up there all day long.
Top 8 or 10 all day long. Stayed out of trouble.
And had a great race for him.
Everything flowed for him.
Yep.
Good day for him.
Yep. So.
Well, we didn't run that good, but we finished good. So.
And we didn't tear up. That was one big thing too. But no, it was a good race for both cars, and it just like we talking about. And of course, it coming up this week will be the first road course of the season, and
that's going to be interesting also.
Yeah. And it's they could probably ride with you from here to Statesville and get some tips while you drive on the highway.
Well, give them some road race tips. I can do that. The last race at Atlanta, we crashed, and it was my last race. It was Jeff Gordon's first race, and I told him, I said, I at least beat Jeff Gordon in the only race that me and him run together, because he crashed before I did. So I wound up beating him.
But did it bring back any memories?
Not really. Not any good memories anyway.
Well, I remember seeing it because I got robbed getting out of my car going into the motel, me and my wife and daughter.
That didn't have nothing
at
to do with,
gunpoint.
that didn't have nothing to do with my racing. Okay.
Well, it had something to do with my weekend, I'll tell you that, at gunpoint. Okay.
Yeah, we're good. Perfect. Thank you.
That one was perfect. That wasn't even really good. That was perfect.
That one was perfect.
That was perfect.
All ours is
Well, he's actually he's following my lead and getting a lot better.
Perfect. This one goes all of our stuff's perfect.
Watch your head.